Hello, my lovely ladies, how are you? So this is your Sunday prep ready to start tomorrow. Thank you so much for deciding to join me. I'm really, really excited to be doing this fabulous 3 weeks with you. It's not just about the 3 weeks though. This is about healthy habits and behaviours for life. So we're just going to try and put that into 3 weeks. So it's long enough to sort of get everything in place, but not too long that you're going to be like overwhelmed and think, oh my God. But I am going to be honest, what we're doing, it is really forever, for life. We don't want a short-term fix. If any of you have ever been chronic dieters, or you've done sort of Slimming World or Weight Watchers or anything like that, or you've done these really intensive programs, and yes, you've got results, maybe you've lost weight, and then you go right back when you finish to doing what you used to do, especially with things like Slimming World, Weight Watchers, etc. And then you put the weight back on, and then you go back again, and you yo-yo all the time like this. That's not what I want you to do. The nutrition side is going to be healthy, simple, no-nonsense nutrition for life. So these are habits that you keep going forever, not a short-term fix. Changing our behaviours, absolutely essential. It's no good just doing something for a week and then going, oh yeah, I've done that now. These are things, they're stackable, actionable habits that are going to literally change your life. It sounds really silly, but it is. It's going to change your life. It's going to change so much. So I've got myself some notes here because I get so excited. I go on and on and on and talk to you about everything, but I want to keep it simple. So for your first check-in, we're going to talk about our non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. So what we're going to do is we are going to set our attentions, and it doesn't matter what happens in life, because let's be honest, life always throws something at you, doesn't it? There's always a curveball. Something is going to happen that you don't plan for, and we've got to work out how we're going to cope with it, yeah? So that's what we've got to do. Our non-negotiables will be, we will take the time to do our 15-minute workouts. So that might mean you need to schedule it and plan it. I'm a great believer in planning. Like I have a diary, a written diary, and I have a wall diary. So we've got a full a wall diary, which is all the family stuff, and then I have a written diary. Now, when we're doing this, I know lots of you use your phones for everything, but I actually want you to put pen to paper. There's research that shows that when you actually write something down, rather than like texting or emails, but actually physically write with pen to paper, it goes into your brain more, and it becomes, it's almost like, you know, like when you, like you say, set in stone, it's almost like that. It just seems to be by putting that pen to paper and writing it down, it makes it more real, and it makes it more like something you are going to stick to. I hope that makes sense. So, journals at the ready. Yeah, maybe you'd like to open those now and take your notes while I'm talking to you. So your non-negotiables will be taking time for yourself. 15 minutes is achievable, it is. You think about other things we do in the day where it might be scrolling on our phones or sitting watching telly, stuff like that. 15 minutes, actually in the big picture of life, it's nothing. You can do it. Obviously, if there's the one occasion where you are absolutely nuts, having the busiest day ever, and you've left it too late and then you haven't done it, you've got to make sure you get that 15-minute walk in. So whatever you do, your non-negotiable number one is your 15-minute workout, and ideally your 15-minute walk outside in fresh air every single day. Now, you might think, oh God, but it's 15 minutes. Out of 24 hours, well, it's nothing. So you can do it, okay? So yeah. So your number one non-negotiable is you will take time for yourselves. Yeah? Deal? Good girls. So that's your first one, all right? Now, I want you to have a little think about a few other things. So that's our first non-negotiable. 15 minutes per day. If you can do your 15-minute workout and your 15-minute walk, wow, amazing. Simple, very, very effective. Your second non-negotiable is, whatever you're doing, and a lot of you, it's with work, every 45 to 50 minutes, you will take a break. Now, if you are in an office, it means you might just get up away from your desk, walk around the room a few times, whatever you need to do. You need to take a break. So that's your second one, all right? Because it's all to do with changing your brain chemistry, so that if we take time to take a break from what we're doing, it changes your brain chemistry, so you're less stressed. Now, stress can come down to lots of things like nighttime nibbling, more alcohol in the evenings, things like that. Again, I'm trying to just keep this light and not go too heavy for your first check-in. So, yeah, you've got a couple of non-negotiables. Now, today, I want you to write down your goals. I want you to have a little think and write them down. Actually, write them down on your bit of paper and tell me what your goals are or what you think your goals are. Now, some of you might go straight in with, I want to lose weight. I want you to try and move away from weight. Weight, if we do all these things that I'm going to say to you about, that kind of take care of itself. All right, but when you're focusing only on weight, you're going to miss the bigger picture. There's so much more than just your weight. And also, the scales and your weight doesn't define you. But, as I said, if you're doing what I'm doing, that will probably be a little happy byproduct. So your weight and fat, etc. will take care of itself. I want you to sort of think about, do you want to feel a bit happier? Do you want to have more energy? Do you want to feel fitter? Do you want to feel stronger? Stuff like that. Do you want your body to look fitter and stronger? It's more of an aesthetic thing. So really have a little think about your goals, what you want to achieve. Also, I would strongly advise setting up a routine. So have a think about now, when would it work for you doing your workouts? Rather than just thinking, oh, I'll just chuck it in anyway, I'll see how my day goes. Actually have a think about it. Plan now. Think about yourselves and what works well for you. I'm going to be honest, do you know what works well for me? If I actually get up that little bit earlier and I do them first thing in the morning. Some of you will be like, no, I can't do it. Have a think about it. Maybe lunchtimes will work for you. Maybe afternoons will work for you. Maybe it is evenings. I personally feel that in the morning, if I get up and do something in the morning, it sets me up a lot better for the day. It sets the tone of the day. It sets my mood. It just sets everything. Also, that way, if my day goes a little bit not as I planned, and I just, I might not get that workout in later. So for me, that's what works. But I'm not saying that's what you need to do. You think about what works for you. So again, write down your goals, then schedule in your workouts, just like appointments. But these are the most important appointments you're going to have because it's an appointment with yourself. So if you think about it, like, oh, I've got the dentist at such and such a time of day. You go to it, don't you? Yeah, you do. Or you're meeting a friend, or you've got a lunch, or you've got a dinner. You would go to it. Whereas when it's just for you, you tend to think, oh, no, I won't bother. So I want you to make appointments for yourself and schedule in your workouts. Yeah, so we've already said your non-negotiables are fitted in that 15-minute workout. If you schedule it, it'll probably help loads. What else I want to do? So yeah, plan it, make an appointment for yourself. It's a commitment. It's your commitment. There's something else. There's something called the 5-second rule. Like if you get up in the morning, or you wake up and you're laying there and you're thinking, should I do my workout or not? Apparently, if you don't just get up like that in that first 5 seconds, your brain sort of manages to talk you out of it. Have you ever tried that? So when you're procrastinating about should you do something or not, it's the 5-second rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, go. Just do it. Otherwise you won't, all right? The next thing, have you had a look at your shopping lists? I really hope that you have. Some of you said you're fussy eaters, but if you look at those shopping lists, it's just basic foods. I've given you your basic proteins, fats and carbohydrates. Now, build a plate. I'm just going to give you this very, very lightly. Think about a plate, think about a big circle, all right? Then you're going to split it. So half the plate, I would like, ideally, to see as veggies, greens, loads of vegetables, loads of leafy greens, half the plate, yeah? Then the other half, we're going to split that into half in itself, yeah? One of those little bits will be protein, all protein, yeah? And then the other one will be divided into 2, and that will be your healthy fats and your other source of carbs. Most of our carbs, I'm hoping we're going to get from our vegetables. An abundance of veg is so good for you, and it's carbs. Yeah, so that's what we're going to try to do. If that doesn't make sense, I can do a little diagram. So again, I'll just say, think about a plate, split in half. One half, all veggies. The other half, split it into 2. One of those is proteins. And a very, very basic indication of the size of protein is the palm of your hand. Size of the palm of your hand will be your protein, okay? And then that other little one, that's going to be split off into 2. And that will be your carbs, which might be your potatoes, your rice, something like that. And the other little bit will be your good fats. So you've got your list of good fats. Avocados, do you like them? Just have a look on the list. You do it how you want. I'm not going to tell you what to eat. I will give you a Menno food menu every day. You don't have to follow it. It's to give you ideas. And I'm also going to give you bonus recipes as well. It just might make you change the way you're looking. And there'll be slow cooker ideas as well, recipes. And please feel free to share your ideas. I'm not the encyclopedia of everything. So let's work together. But I would like you to put it in the post that I do each day, rather than clogging up the feed and nobody will know where to look. So that's the other thing I want to tell you. Each day when I put your post on, there'll be like a check-in post, and there'll be your Menno menu, and I will tag those or pin those to the top. So they should be the first things you find when you go into group. If you have any trouble navigating the group, just message me and let me know, all right? So what else? I don't want to tell you too much, but so your journal. One more challenge. Oh my God, they're all coming out all over the place. I've even written myself notes and it's still coming out disjointed. So let me go back over it. Your journal. Your journal is going to be like your Bible. It's going to be like fabulous. Now, on one page, you're going to write down your goals, and you're going to write down your plan and your appointment of when you're going to do your workout. On the other side, I want you to write down all your symptoms and how you're feeling at the moment. Now, that might be perimenopausal symptoms, or it might just be symptoms in general. It might just be life. But I want you to write it all down. This is yours. It's your personal journal. You don't have to share it with anybody else. Write down exactly how you're feeling. Journaling is proven to really help reduce stress and the things that are worrying you. By downloading your brain, it just makes life so much easier. You know, like at night when you've got something on your mind, get used to using your journal. But for today, you've got on one side, you've got your intentions, your goals, what your goals might be, what you're hoping to achieve from this course. And they're like immediate, how you feel just having signed up. And then sort of short term and then longer term. Just tell me what your goals are, yeah? And your plan, make your appointment to decide when you can fit in your exercise. Plan it. I promise you, planning makes all the difference. It really, really does. So set yourself that appointment. Decide now what's going to work for you. And you know, even if it does mean getting up 15 minutes earlier in the morning and just banging out a workout, it's done, isn't it? I bet you'll feel better for it. I promise you. No one ever regrets the workout they've done. You might have regrets before if you don't do it, but you never will. Honestly, I promise you. So remember, 5-second rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, just go, do it. Yeah? So in your journal, you've got your goals, you've got your appointment when you need to work out, and on the other side, you've got how you're feeling. Everything. Everything. It might be your hair, it might be your body, it might be your confidence, it might be your hot flashes, it might be your aching joints, it might be current loads of problems with your girly bits. Sounds a bit silly. I'm going to put a post up later about that health area that's affected with menopause that people don't talk about, and I personally have had a lot of trouble with that, so I'll tell you about that as well. And the last one, your last main non-negotiable, and the girls have done this with me before, know this is one of my favourites: no nighttime nibbling. Now I have to say, do you know what, I've been really stressed the last week, really worrying about something. I got an operation, and they brought it forward to give me a cancellation, and I'm worrying about it, and I'm stressing, and I've let my routine slip a little bit, and it's made me feel terrible. So, you know, just goes to show I'm really good at sticking to my routines, but that little extra bit has just tipped me over the edge. So no nighttime nibbling. Basically, after you've had dinner, you will shut the kitchen. Boom, that is it. So you eat your dinner, dessert, whatever you're having, then it's shut, done, boom, boom, boom. Shut the kitchen. You're not going to keep wandering in and out. You're not going to keep opening the fridge, seeing what you can eat. You're not going to keep going in the cupboard. You're not going to do any of that. And all you're going to do after dinner is you're just going to drink your water or your herbal teas. Yeah, no tea or coffee, no hot chocolates, just your herbal teas. I personally I have chamomile tea just before bed. It's very soothing, calming, it's nice on the digestive system. And I drink loads of either peppermint, spearmint, or just normal mint tea. They're my favourites. But whatever you would like to try, you know, give us a shout. You might be really surprised, but it'd be interesting to know what you enjoy, okay? So, to recap, because I know I was so determined to be really calm on this one and not be like, blah! Plan, journal, on one side of your journal, yeah? Your goals. What are your goals? What are you hoping to achieve from your course? Your appointment, making your appointment with yourself to do your workouts. Yeah, maybe even write down, shut the kitchen in big letters and give that a go, because that will help lots of things. It will help your gut health, it will help your sleep, everything. I'll explain that more. On the other side of your journal, you're going to write down all your symptoms or niggles or how you're feeling at the moment. You know, anything and everything, and we'll discuss. I'm going to try and stop talking now, because otherwise I'm going to be here forever. And some of you have already seen this because I left you on the group. I haven't brought everyone in yet. So this is just your Sunday check-in to say this is going to be fabulous. Tomorrow I will post workout number 1 and your menu for day 1. Those of you done this with me before will have seen that menu, but there'll be some extras, and there'll be a whole week of extras that you haven't seen as well, all right? And the idea is you can follow it if you want to, or it can just stimulate your thought process and help you eat different foods. And don't forget, if you don't want to follow the menu at all, you don't have to, but you've got your shopping list. And if you did eat just foods from that for 3 weeks and you did nothing else, you would feel so much different, and you probably look different too. Those of you who really want a visual on yourself, if you really want to, you can take pictures of yourself if you want, in your undies, front, side and back, and then store and put them away, and then look again in a few weeks if you want to. I want this to be about how you feel. If you focus on how you're feeling mentally, physically and emotionally, how you look aesthetically will have a positive effect anyway, all right? As I said, a happy byproduct of this for some of you probably will be weight loss and fat loss. It probably will, but we're not going to focus on that. We're going to take a really holistic approach. And when you put all these other things in place that I'm going to give you, like I said to you, any excess weight or body fat, it kind of takes care of itself. Trust me, I promise you it's true. And the final note I want to say is, don't forget, there's always going to be something unexpected happen. Life will throw you a curveball. It will always happen. But we need to have coping mechanisms so that when they do happen, we don't go completely off the rails and just make matters worse for ourselves. When we're poorly, for example, we tend to want to eat loads of carbs and sometimes the stodgier, yuckier foods, or even sweets and stuff, whereas really even more time to fuel ourselves with an abundance of lovely vegetables and nutrients and stuff like that. Nutrition really can be the best medicine ever. It really, really can. But as I said, I'm going to teach you as much as I can, but it isn't even just what you're eating and the exercise, it's how you're thinking and your thought process and how you talk to yourself, and that's the most important bit. So anyway, let's do this. So if you want to, you're going to watch this today. I'm going to bring everyone into groups, so this will be your first check-in. You're going to get your journals out, yeah? And if you didn't treat yourself to a nice journal, I do love a nice notebook, by the way, I've got loads of them. If not, write yourself notes somewhere, but write it down. I want it written. I don't want it on your phones. 15-minute walks. That's one thing I forgot to tell you. Don't be on your phone. When you do your 15-minute walks, obviously, I would love you to check in afterwards, take a little selfie afterwards or something, or show me your steps. That would be amazing, but I don't want you to be on your phone while you're on your walk. So you put it away. If you're taking it with you, it's in your pocket, you don't get it out. Even if someone rings you, don't do it. It takes all the benefits in your brain away when you're on that phone. To go out for your walk in the fresh air, get your daylight in, you need no distractions. So you don't want to be texting, you don't want to be talking on the phone, you don't want to be checking your emails or anything like that. So keep them away. Trust me, this is about, it's almost like cleansing the brain, but we are actually going to change the chemistry in our brain, so it's going to be much more positive. Our brains are going to have less brain fog, we're going to have less clutter in the brain. And as I said, journaling, writing it down is going to help too. Anyway, I need to stop talking because I promised myself I wouldn't do this. Close the kitchen tonight, get into those good intentions, and even write down, you know when I said to you write down your symptoms, keep a track on your sleep. So that if you do this all the time, when you do close the kitchen and do what I'm asking you to do, see how different it is as to when you don't. More tomorrow. Looking forward to it, girls. See ya. Bye.